Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. This feel familiar?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top of football refereeing? Every referee starts with their county FA. It's a simple training course and you can take it as soon as you hit your 14th birthday. Once you've done that, you have to go through at least 11 hours of face-to-face training. You'll then graduate as a Level 7 official, which means you can take charge of county-level games. But hold your horses, there's still a long way to go to get to the Premier League. Your next step is to spend a year each at Levels 6, 5 and 4. This covers the top of the amateur game. Only at Level 3 do you start doing Northern Counties or Isthmian League level games, for example. If you've done this all quickly, you can reach Level 2 and ref your first National League match after, I don't know, 6 years? After getting enough experience at that level, you can apply to be a referee in the EFL. There's an interview, people watching you do games, and then, if the EFL are happy, you'll be granted a Level 1 licence to ref in games in League 2 and above. Now, they don't just say on you go to the Premier League, you have to work your way up through the divisions. Only after years of hard work and refereeing on cold Tuesday nights in Stoke can you be considered to do matches in some of Europe's very best stadiums. Now, who was the youngest to reach the very top? It was actually Michael Oliver. He reffed his first Premier League match in 2010 at the tender age of just 25. So if you want to follow in his footsteps, crack on. It'll only take you roughly a decade, thousands of hours of work and an incredibly thick skin. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough for the top flight. That means there's not even a 1 in 1,000 chance you'll even make it in. Obviously, referees can make mistakes, but when you think about it, having a go at them is kind of like slating a brain surgeon.
My word. Just when I thought that maybe a last kick of the game winner for the mighty Blackburn Rovers in a local derby against Preston North End wasn't big enough to kick the show off, Conor Benn leaves Eddie Hearn and joins Dana White. You couldn't write it. Yeah, it's going to be an action-packed show tonight. We're also going to be talking about the North London derby, which is coming up on Sunday. Maybe the biggest since these two teams were chasing the title back in 2015-2016. Is it the biggest North London derby since then? Who needs it more? Arsenal in the pursuit of the title, Tottenham in the pursuit of survival. 03717 22 33 44. It's an action-packed show. It's a Sports Bar Weekender on talkSPORT. Woo! Eh? Sweet baby Jesus and the orphans. We've got a show tonight, haven't we? I'm Adam Catterall, Jermaine Pennant alongside me. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Catman. I seen you cheered up him so quickly that last minute of
listen,
Blackburn and Preston.
Don't you worry. I was okay with the points. Given where we're in and given where they're at, given the game wasn't necessarily a firecracker, I had come to the conclusion at 90 minutes that, yeah, all right, I'll take a point out of that and we'll move forward. Then all of a sudden, it never happens to us, this. It always goes the other way. It's always the other team that managed to get that one at 93rd, 94th, 95th minute. Not tonight.
How does it feel?
Hey.
Feels good, right?
Woo! Weekend is sorted, let me tell you. And it's always good to get one over the local rivals as well. Great victory tonight for Blackburn. Congratulations to everybody, especially Michael O'Neill, who's come in. Got a win away from home last weekend against Queen's Park Rangers. Did the business there. Giving a little bit of hope, bit of belief. You can tell that they're trying to play differently, a little bit more attacking. Okay, the standard of footballer might not be there from what we've experienced in yesteryear, but they got the job done tonight. They've got another 3 points and they're marching up the table. this time last week, Jermaine, they were talking about relegation. 13 points off promotion, sunshine. Come
Still
on.
hope, mate.
The march is on.
It's the Championship. Anything can happen in that league.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, especially this part of the season.
Yes. And listen, that would be the big story. That would be the big news. That would be where I would normally start the programme, but I'm going to have to leave it there. You can only have 3 minutes of Blackburn Rovers.
Sorry, Blackburn Rovers fans.
I apologise. I know that you're pouring out of Ewood Park there going, yes, Catterall's on the radio tonight. It's going to be a Rovers loving. It would be if Conor Benn hadn't just done what Conor Benn's just done. All right? So I'm going to have to turn towards my first love, which is obviously the fight sport game and the world of boxing. Just in case you've missed this, if you've been at the football tonight or maybe you've been doing something else and you're on your way home and what have you, it has just been announced that Conor Benn is no longer with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. He is with Dana White and Zuffa Boxing in the United States of America. Now, there's various reports that have come out about this. Chris Mannix, who is a voice in America when it comes to all things boxing, he has stated that it is a one-fight deal worth 8 figures. And then off the back of that, he will be in a position to be able to explore free agency. I find that very hard to believe. Listen, it might be true, but I find it very hard to believe given the knowledge that I have on how Zuffa, TKO, the UFC, who are the main driver of this, with Dana White and how they do business, a one-fight, 8-figure deal. So basically, you're guaranteeing a lad 10 million quid for one fight. Zuffa do not have the fighters right now in order to guarantee a 10 million fight purse for someone like Conor Benn on a one-fight deal. So I find that very hard to believe, that report that's coming out. Might be true, like I said, but I'm finding that bit hard to believe. And if it is true, then who's the other fighter that they go and get? The only other fighter that could generate a purse like that is worthy of a fight like that for someone like Conor Benn would be someone like Ryan Garcia, who, coincidentally, he's fighting in Las Vegas this weekend. Conor Benn's currently in Las Vegas, by the looks of it, according to the recent social media posts. So Ryan Garcia is in Las Vegas fighting this weekend for the WBC Welterweight World Championship. Could Zuffa Boxing be targeting him next? Conor Benn?
It looks that way.
Ryan Garcia?
I think he looks that way.
Listen, you're dotting I's, crossing T's, you're putting one and one together and coming up with 4. We're all guessing at the moment because,
the American connection.
One thing that we can absolutely say first and foremost regarding Zuffa Boxing, lots of people have been poo-pooing the idea of them coming into the game and their ideas and the way that they want to obviously have one song per division. They want to kind of not work with sanctioning bodies. They want to create their own way, so we have one champion in each of those divisions. That's something that I vehemently support, as everybody knows. And a lot of people have poo-pooed their involvement, and it will take an incredible amount of time to get to some type of level where they can actually make a big splash in the world of boxing. Well, hold your horses. They've only been here 2 minutes, and look what they've done. They've signed Jai Opetaia, the best cruiserweight on the planet. He's already going to be making his Zuffa debut in a couple of weeks' time. And now they've managed to snaffle Conor Benn. Now, Conor Benn isn't right now a world title holder. He's not one of the elites in his particular division. But from a profile point of view, he absolutely ticks an awful amount of boxes. It is also a statement of intent because of where he was and where he is now. I don't think it will have passed anybody by the amount of interviews that Eddie Hearn has done with various social media channels, and the topic being Dana White. Dana White has obviously responded on a couple of occasions, but Eddie Hearn has been very vocal on Dana White and Dana White's incoming to the world of boxing. My overall take on this from a Conor Benn point of view is, and a Eddie Hearn point of view, and a Matchroom point of view, and a boxing point of view, if you want loyalty in this game, get yourself a dog. Because let's not forget what has happened over the last 2 to 3 years with Conor Benn. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing stood by him through a very, very dark time. A dark time that still does not have a transparent conclusion. Let's be honest about that. That young man failed 2 performance-enhancing drug tests. We still don't know why. There's many different answers that we are given as to why he is allowed to box now, but it's still not transparent. Eddie Hearn has been one of the biggest voices in defending Conor Benn over the last 2 to 3 years. Matchroom Sports have gone to bat for him on many, many, many occasions. This week alone, Eddie Hearn's been doing his interviews, going back and forth with the Dana White scenario. On Wednesday of this week, Matchroom announced that they are going to be extending the DAZN deal for the next 5 years. Whose face is on that poster? Conor Benn's face is on that poster. There is absolutely no way whatsoever that anybody at Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, DAZN knew that this was coming. This is a serious what the you-know-what moment for them and for the whole of boxing. And it's pulled a lot of people's pants down. Get in contact with the show and let me know what you're thinking of this scenario right now, because it is one of those moments that very rarely happen. It used to happen all the time in the UFC, where they'd announce something that you hadn't seen coming. Well, this is one that's happened now in the world of boxing. Conor Benn leaving Matchroom to sign with Zuffa Boxing. 03717 22 3344. Get in contact with the show. Doesn't get bigger than that, mate.
Listen, I'm not a massive boxing fan. So, in football terms, would this be like Jurgen Klopp going to Man United?
No. This is really weird, right? This is genuine. Something like, right, you just said Jurgen Klopp going to Manchester United, right? I'm trying to think of a scenario where a player has left the team and then gone to the biggest, nearest rivals, right? The producer in the team is just shouting Figo. So he's gone from, what, did he go Barcelona, Real Madrid? And then he went Barcelona, Real Madrid. Listen, I've been speaking to a lot of people this week about the North London derby, and a lot of people obviously bring up the Sol Campbell situation regarding the North London derby, with him leaving one club to go to another club. We're talking, this is seismic. This is seismic with the way that the boxing landscape is currently sat. Zuffa Boxing are currently being laughed at by a lot of people that are currently in the establishment of boxing. For them to come in, right, after a week of being slagged off, had jibes thrown at them, for them to come in stealth round the back door and take one of the prize assets out of Matchroom is absolutely gigantic. And for that prized asset to do it is incredible. It absolutely blows my mind. Anthony Joshua is probably the prized asset of Matchroom. Underneath that, where's their star? Where's their profile builder? The profile guy is Conor Benn. Whether he's at a world level when it comes to being in the ring is a completely different question. When we talk about profile, the guy sold out 2 stadiums last year. Yeah. I need to sit down and have a breath, man. This is massive.
Got to talk about Celtic. You know that the title. I don't. You've been away, right? The title's blown open now. Celtic favourites, Rangers second favourite, Hearts third.
Yeah.
And I've been whinging, right? And maybe I shouldn't, because I don't go regular now. But I've been whinging about Celtic's lack of creation in midfield. It really annoyed me. I'm looking in the midfield saying, "Come on, we're better than that." Anyway, they got absolutely gubbed last night. But what I didn't know was, right from the first whistle, the old tennis ball.
Yeah. Martin O'Neill said something about it.
All I'm saying is this, right? I'm not trying to cover up a shocking result. Celtic got pumped, absolutely pumped, 4-1. But I'm not talking about that, because Stuttgart are probably a decent side, better than Celtic.
Yeah.
it doesn't do the players any good when you start that carry on.
Well, it gives the away team a lift as well.
As Martin said, Stuttgart players would know about the atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, all these tennis balls come on, they're saying, "Oh, lovely."
We were talking about. I think Martin was talking about when Juventus, they were scared to go to Celtic Park. You know, the atmosphere, the hostility, all that sort of stuff. It's not an easy place to go and play, probably as a European side, but they make it probably easier.
I'm going to upset a few now. Celtic fans, did you throw a tennis ball after the first kick? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you're very disappointed the way things are going now.
The bold and all that sort of stuff.
For God's sake, it doesn't do it before the game and after the game, not during the game, honestly.
You're listening to the Sports Bar Weekend on talkSPORT. It's action-packed, let me tell you. I'm Adam Catterall. Jermaine Pennant is alongside me on this Friday night, and you're more than welcome to come and join us on the show. 03717 22 3344. If you want to talk Blackburn Rovers, you can. This is your night. But I think most people are wanting to get stuck in and have a conversation, of course, about the Conor Benn scenario, where he is signed for Zuffa Boxing and Dana White, leaving Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. The finer details are still yet to be confirmed. I know there's a few reports going on right now on the internet talking about a one-fight deal being worth 10 million quid and all that type of carry-on. That's still not confirmed. It's just come from a journalist, but we'll try our very best to get more information between now and fight night tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Let's get to the phone lines because it's caused a little bit of a reaction. Cameron, how are you?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
I'm all right, pal. What are you thinking?
I mean, I was listening, and then you broke that news. I was just as shocked as you were, but it doesn't surprise me when you're thinking of a player that you can compare it to. It's the equivalent of someone from the Premier League joining the Saudi League, because that's essentially what it is, isn't it? That's what Zuffa Boxing is. It's 60% of it's owned by Saudi Arabia. So they've got the money there to pump in and basically sign anyone they want. And the master promoter, the master genius is Dana White. Look what he done with the UFC and look at the promotions he put back on, especially back in the day when McGregor and Aldo, when they done that tour of the world, went to Brazil, went to Ireland. If they've got the money and they've got someone like Dana White, this won't be the first and last time it's happening.
Well, they've already done it, haven't they, with Jai Opetaia, and that kind of obviously raised a few eyebrows, and now they've done it with Conor Benn. Do you know something? That's a really good analogy.
Ben.
What you've said there is actually a good analogy for people that don't really follow the sport of boxing. I think that's probably the best comparison that we can come up with as to what has happened in this particular scenario. Well, are you surprised that Conor's done it?
No, because I'm not surprised. It's the same with football. There's no loyalty in anything nowadays.
Even after the narrative of the last 2 to 3 years, where they're stuck by him through that shadow.
Yeah, but he knows he's going to get that because Dana White sticks by drug cheats as well. John Jones in the UFC, pictogram, no pictogram, still steroids, and whoever else, he's stuck by them. So I mean, I don't think there's anything in loyalty when it comes to money nowadays, and that's the sad thing. And I don't think it's just with the celebrities and sportsmen in society. I think it's the whole world's gone that way. There's no loyalty when money's involved nowadays.
Cameron, I think you smashed it with the call, mate. Sean, how are you?
Hello, mate. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good, man. What's your initial reaction to that news?
Shocked, but it's weird. Shocked, but it doesn't surprise me because I'm going to be really blunt here. I think Conor Benn is an absolute punk. I think he's an absolute punk. I've don't like him. I don't know how he conducts himself. Nothing. And the way, I mean, Eddie Hearn is Eddie Hearn. He's a big shark, but there's bigger sharks out there, as we've come to see in the world of boxing. And I think for the way he has vehemently backed Conor Benn. And for him to do this, I think it doesn't surprise me because of what I think of Conor Benn. I just think and the only person I think who's going to have a big smile on their face is Simon Jordan on Monday morning. Simon Jordan is going to be absolutely floating on air because obviously him and Eddie Hearn have had a big fallout over this over the last year or two about this. But it does. I mean, it is a dog-eat-dog world, the boxing world, but I think it's disgusting the way that Conor Benn has been backed by Eddie Hearn throughout this, and it's pretty damning on what he's done. And then he just turns on him. I think it's disgusting. And I'll be honest, I'm not a Conor Benn fan. So I think he's had a massive leg up in the world. And, I mean, just the fact you're talking to, I was an okay amateur boxer, but the fact Conor Benn had limited amateur fights and made his debut at the O2 in front of like however many thousand people just because of his dad's name, I think he's had a massive leg up. I think he's a bang average boxer. I don't think he's world class.
No, I think the circumstances of how he's got to where he's at. Listen, that's not his fault, isn't it? You can only play the cards that you are dealt. But I agree regarding the level that he's currently at. I mean, we're talking about a young man that has not fought for any area titles at professional level.
Totally.
British level, European level, world level. I don't even know if he's at world level yet. I don't even know if he can get back down to 147 and challenge the likes of the Garcias and the Barrioses who are fighting this weekend. It's just bizarre, mate. This whole scenario. And listen, I think the majority of people that listen to talkSPORT will be tuning into Simon on Monday morning to find out what his reaction is. I don't know what that will be. I think
he'll be floating on there, mate.
But what I always get with Simon, I mean, he is always balanced with the way that he thinks about particular things. I think he'll be, I think he'll have an opinion on the Conor Benn leaving, and he'll also have an opinion on the Eddie Hearn situation. It's going to be interesting to see what comes next off the back of this, Sean. Let me tell you, man, I don't think it'll be the end of Zuffa snaffling some talent. Fabio, what do you think, mate?
What's going on, boys? You all right, yeah?
Good, we're all good, Fab. Listen, Friday night, man, I thought we're going to have a nice chilled night talking about my football team, and then all of a sudden, wallop, in comes this. So go on, mate, what do you think?
For real, I just heard about this a couple minutes ago, and I decided to call up. Basically, listen, gentlemen, this says a lot about Conor Benn. Let's be totally real. Here's a guy out here mashing up eggs, failing 2 drug tests, blaming God knows what, busts the case, doesn't even release the files of how he busted it, and we all know how he busted his case. What was it, jurisdiction or something like that? Listen,
mate, if I'm going to go through it all again, mate, I'll be here all night because there's 2 different elements. There's the WBC element and then there's obviously the UK anti-doping element. But he failed 2 performance-enhancing drug tests, and as I said, and you're alluding to there as well, there's no transparency with the conclusion, mate.
Yeah, but doesn't that say a lot?
Yeah, 100%.
If you're 100% really not guilty, come on, my guy.
Mate,
come on, man.
Listen, 100%. The lack of transparency in and around both of those cases is absolutely ridiculous. But
exactly, it says a lot.
It does say a lot, but what also says a lot is that for the last 2 to 3 years, the person that has been making the most noise for him and defending him in those scenarios has been Eddie Hearn and the guys at Matchroom. And now all of a sudden, he's going elsewhere.
Are we going to see British fighters start leaving traditional promoters? Is this going to be a start of a...
I think that's a bad move, I think that's a bad move because you know what, yeah, let's be honest, yeah, whatever you think about Eddie Hearn, yeah, my guy can promote. My guy can get you to buy those tickets knowing for full fact he's licking the public. We all know that he's done fights out here and he's just licking the public for peace. We all know it. And he's managed to even sell me a couple times. So I think that's a bad move. The only thing I can see Conor Benn wanting to move to Dana White is to get that American scene, to get those Danny Garcia fights, Shakur Stevenson fights. But I'm going to be honest, he will get smoked by both of them. Both of them will smoke him.
But this is the thing, right? What I'm really confused about, because, right, here's another part of this, right, that I haven't chucked into this. So if you remember, and you're up on this, Fabio, I can tell with the way that you're speaking about it. If you remember, right, there's 2 failed performance-enhancing drug tests. The first of those was connected to the clean boxing program, which is connected to the WBC. It wasn't connected to the first Eubank fight. So when you've just talked about the eggs scenario there, right? What happened was, when he went to defend himself in that particular case, because the WBC do not operate strict liability, what he did was he presented that he believed that there was a flaw in the testing process. Now, the WBC said, no, there's no flaw in the testing process. Maybe you've eaten a load of eggs. So it was
they gave him the out.
Right. So the WBC gave him the out. They're the ones that said the reason why he's failed this test is because of something that he's eaten. So therefore, we're going to let it ride. Right. So they let that slide. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is Zuffa Boxing, who he has just signed for, are on record saying that they will not work with any sanctioning bodies going forward. They're actually back and forth constantly with Maurizio Sullivan, who is the WBC president right now. The WBC president, one, offered Conor Benn that out in the first performance-enhancing drug test scenario, and then 2, he's actually put him at number 1 in the 147-pound ranking with the WBC. The lad's not fought at 147 pounds for the last 4 years. It's absolutely wild what he's done here. He's not just gone and thrown it all over Eddie Hearn. He's thrown it all over the WBC and Matchroom as well. WBC as well.
I love this sport, mate. You just can't make this up, can you, mate? You just cannot. What, Conor Benn is number 1 over Danny Garcia?
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan
Fights for it this weekend, doesn't it? Ryan and Mario Barrios are fighting for it this weekend. That's what that is. But the mandated challenger, the number 1 now ranked with the WBC at 147, is Conor Benn.
My guy, Ryan Garcia, David Haney, Shakur Stevenson would all smoke him. They would all smoke him. I'll tell you that now.
Devin Haney's obviously the WBO champion in that division. I agree. I agree. And Shakur's in the weight division below it.
I just feel bad for Eddie Hearn, I'll be honest, man. The guy was loyal to him. And he was? Slapped him in his face. So, you know what? It says a lot about this guy, man.
Fabio, thanks for your call, man. Honestly, I'm out of breath. We've only been on 27 minutes. This is absolutely wild. 03717 22 3344. I promise we will get to some football. I think we've got enough time for this one, haven't we? Alan, how are you?
How you doing, buddy? All right?
I'm good, Al. Go on, mate.
Right. So basically, the equivalent, I see this as the equivalent as Mo Johnson signing for Rangers, the first Catholic ever to sign for Rangers, and he broke the barrier. The only difference with him and Ben was that he did a good thing because he broke the barriers of religion in Scottish football. But it was the equivalent of the shock at the time. And also, I don't get why people are so surprised. Do you expect loyalty from a cheat? Concerned, I expect nothing but what he's done, because the only thing that Conor Benn will ever get in boxing is he get karma one day.
Strong.
Is this not a fact that just look, he might be trying to rebrand internationally?
Matchroom have a footprint in America. As you look at,
are they pushing him though,
mate? The dude was in the ring 2 weeks ago, right, on the back end of the Shakur Stevenson fight, because the Matchroom guys were pushing him into that scenario. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. We need to know the terms and conditions of the deal that he has just cut with Zuffa. If that's correct, that he's cut...
This sounds like a fast track to me. A fast track to get that fight, the Ryan Garcia potentially fight.
If it's true, right, so Chris Mannix right now, who's a voice in America, he's reporting that it's a 1-fight, 8-figure deal. Zuffa don't do deals like that, but they might have done in this scenario in order just to make a splash. They might have done. Now, from Conor's point of view, he might have phoned Eddie. If he's told Eddie Hearn about this, right, before that announcement's come in the last hour or so.
He had to.
If he has told him, then nothing this week makes sense because Eddie Hearn has been absolutely vehement of sticking it to Dana White. This pulls Eddie Hearn's pants down in front of everybody. One of his prized assets has left ship and gone and parked his bus in the car park of his current biggest rival that he's absolutely at loggerheads with. Wild game, man. Wild game, this boxing.
Do you doubt that Jermaine can take Moses Atoma into the later rounds?
I think he's going to get knocked out. I do. I think there's no. And by the way, saying someone's going to get knocked out is not meant to be disrespectful. I'm not disrespecting Jermaine. I'm looking at the fight, looking at Moses Atoma, looking at what I've seen from Jermaine. And I think that ideally, I don't want to see an early fight. I want to see a good fight. I want to see Jermaine stick it on Moses Atoma. I want to see a good fight. And ultimately, we have an enjoyable evening watching two good fighters put something out. But I think Moses, I don't think he's been in with someone as quick and as fast and at this stage in his career. Going in with Anthony Joshua and Dillian White at their stages in their career is not the same going in with Moses. But on the other side of it, Moses isn't as experienced and as wise as those two fighters.
And that's
so there's a trade-off. But I think, personally, with due respect to the man sitting next to me, I think he's going to get knocked out by Moses.
But there's nothing to suggest that he will get knocked out because he's never been knocked down, never been knocked out.
And I'm happy to be wrong.
No, but what I'm saying
is
he's been, yeah, absolutely. But I say he had been in at the time with Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he was on a rebuild and a comeback, but that kid can whack, and he's still very, very dangerous. And Jermaine took some flush shots from him.
The big question about Anthony at that fight, and it's always been about Anthony, was he gun shy? And
he was letting the shots go.
There was an allegation at that fight. He was getting himself through that fight. Moses Atoma won't navigate this fight.
We'll see. See, that's the difference between skills and just watching it. I made him fight that way. It wasn't that he had to fight that.
Fair enough.
I made it that way.
Fair enough.
It's different when you're in the ring.
Of course.
You know, so like everybody expects Moses to come out and fight this way or do this and do that. I won't let him.
No.
He's going to have to try. He's going to have to try and try again.
Listen, we're going to continue taking calls on the Conor Benn scenario with him leaving Matchroom and going to Zuffa Boxing and Dana White. 03717223344. This is going to be obviously a major theme of tomorrow night's fight night, so make sure you come and join me and Spencer Oliver from 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. You can keep calling in on it. If you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to do so. But I think it's only fair that we get stuck into a little bit of football as well that's going on this weekend. Lots of big games. We're going to preview the whole lot. If you're coming out of Ewood Park tonight, get on the phone, man. I need to hear some local friendly voices, don't I? Did the business against a local rival there. And that's 2 wins from 2 for Michael O'Neill. Superb stuff. Going in the right direction. What do you make of it, Blackburn Rovers fans? or 03717223344. However, this weekend, 4:30, on a Sunday, my friend, it is the North London derby. Tottenham are going to be hosting Arsenal. First question, is this the biggest North London derby that we've seen since both of these teams were going for the league in 2015, 2016?
It has to be. What's riding on it for both teams right now it is night and day. One's going for the league and one's trying to stay in the league. So you look at the other derbies and, again, not a lot really to play for. So now this adds a lot more spice to it for both teams. Who would I say it's more?
Who needs it more?
Who needs it more? I would say Arsenal.
Ooh, that's big,
I would say Arsenal need a result more. If they get a draw, a draw's not good enough. A draw is not good enough for Arsenal. They need 3 points. You could say, Spurs will take a draw.
Would they?
Well, they obviously want to win.
At home, new manager, in a desperate situation, need to be going the other way, up the league rather than down the league.
Yeah, but they went to Arsenal and got a whooping. I would think his first game against Arsenal, if it was a draw, I think the fans would be quite happy with that first game. No one's expecting Spurs to win, but the magnitude of the game, I think Arsenal need to win. They cannot slip up any more points. I think Spurs will stay in the league. I think the teams around them will ultimately drop points as well, a lot of them. But Arsenal don't have that luxury. They draw. Now you've got Man City breathing down your neck, and you've still got to go to Etihad. If they were to draw, Man City to win, well, that is...
I'll tell you what...
That's only 3 points in it. With a game in hand.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the dynamic is pre-game, because obviously City play before them. They play Newcastle. That game in hand, they can then obviously collect that 3 points if they beat Newcastle, and that's no easy task. But if they do that, that then will close the gap even further.
To 2 points.
Yes. And then obviously there's added pressure to that game away from home at Spurs. And listen, there will be a different atmosphere around Spurs. If you're talking about this game 4 weeks ago, then I am sure that Arsenal fans right now ringing us up, they'll be having a chat and they'll be saying, listen,
they'll be cruising, they'll be laughing.
Well, it's Spurs, yeah. We can understand that, that they'll be up for it a little bit more, but we'll shut them up in 10 minutes because that's what we do in that particular. This is 4 weeks ago. This one might be a little bit different. Yeah, okay. Nobody really knows what the crack is with Igor Tudor and why he's come in, but it's not Frank. There will be a different bounce. There will be a different atmosphere. There'll be a different style of play, you would imagine, of which then will create the noise. Listen, Tottenham fans bring it. North London derby, they will absolutely bring it. It will be noisy come Sunday afternoon. If you're wobbling against the bottom of the league, like Arsenal did midweek, there's going to be a bit of trepidation there for some of these lads that aren't used to this type of thing. I'm sure the big leaders that are in their dressing room, the likes of the Declan Rices of this, are going to be into some of them lads saying, listen, nice and steady, 10, 15 minutes, man. Let's shut them up. Then we can go and do our thing and take over this game. But if there's a couple of nice, tasty tackles, crowd are up, Spurs score off a free kick or something in the first 15 minutes, all of a sudden, man, you might see a crumble.
Yeah, but that's the bare minimum. That's what they've got to do. Because I think... I can't remember last time where I've watched the derby and I thought, go on, Spurs. They've actually stood up toe to toe.
Well, it's not happened for a bit.
They've literally gone to...
They used to.
Yeah, they used to, but recently they've been playing Arsenal and accepted defeat even before they got on the pitch. They've just looked flat, no intensity, doesn't look like a derby on the side, and they ultimately end up losing. Where now they've got to change that tune because now they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting to stay in the Premier League. So they have to go in this derby like it's a derby, not just going in there half-hearted, knowing you're going to get beat, and come off the pitch, beat, and then, we expected that. They've got to go out there, pull the socks up, roll the sleeves up, and get stuck in. We all talk about this new manager bounce. We're seeing with Forest, with their new manager going away to Fenerbahce, which is a tough place to go. Istanbul, Turkey, atmosphere's rife. And they've gone from can't score to them putting three past them with that new manager bounce. So, Spurs may get that coming into this game. but the players need to take a bit of accountability and go, right, this is a North London derby. Let's show up, because we've got our career on the line to stay in the league. So I think they will now. They have to.
How big of a game is this for Arteta?
Oh. Look, he's came out and told, like, I had a conversation with the boys, telling him, look, to relax. You know, the pressure. To me, that signals he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling that heat in the kitchen. This is huge. This, again, because it's a North London derby as well. You know, over the years, it's been an easy game for Arsenal. So for now, he doesn't get that result. People are going to be asking questions. Are you faltering? Are you crumbling now? Because this usually be an easy 3 points, some would say, or 3 points that we definitely will be getting. So if he doesn't get the 3 points, the win, then yeah, it's not looking good, son.
You've obviously played at Arsenal, yeah? Did you play in a North London derby?
I didn't play in North London derby, no.
You didn't?
No.
But you were around the club.
Oh yeah. I was involved in.
And you've been in around a few derbies, right?
Yeah.
Compare it. Where does the North London derby compare? Let's just stick to English derbies, because I think if we were to open this up to UK derbies, most people would turn towards Glasgow and say, "Listen, that's the cherry on top of the cake." English derbies. Which one do you look at and you think that's a proper derby? And when I'm saying a proper derby, I'm talking about on the pitch, in the stands, between the fans, proper.
And this is not being biased, but I just think.
Don't say Merseyside. That's friendly.
I'm not. No. I'm not going to say Merseyside, because I think it's not over there. It's not being competitive, and I would say there's more rife in the Liverpool Manchester United.
You class that as a derby. That's as a rivalry.
Yeah. I think
Merseyside, Manchester.
I think that is a bigger game than Liverpool, Everton.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go. I would probably I'd probably put that for me at number one, and then you're probably gonna look at the Arsenal Spurs.
It's the second biggest game in English football.
Yeah.
I don't see you far wrong with that. To be fair, I think most people will conclude that the biggest game in English football is still Liverpool and Manchester United. I think most people will conclude that.
The rivalry, the history, the what they've got against each other.
With Spurs and Arsenal, there's a realness to the football clubs. There's history.
Yeah.
There's an authenticity to that derby. You know what I mean? Some derbies can get a little bit more manufactured than others. Obviously, people then
I agreed.
have times away from the top division, so therefore you don't actually play your people all the time. And I know there was a little period of time, what was it, 70s, when Spurs did get relegated and what have you, but they came straight back up and what have you. So you kind of get Arsenal Spurs all the time. And there's, like you said, there's an authenticity, there's a realness to the football clubs, there's an earthiness to the actual fan bases. So therefore it feels like a big monster derby, but even more so this weekend because of what's on it.
And what I was talking about the Liverpool one, it's not only the clubs that, don't see eye to eye or have got rivalry. It's the two cities, Liverpool and Manchester. They just don't get on. But like I said, the authenticness of Spurs and Tottenham, as in, they're both in London, they're both North London. Some would question that, saying that Arsenal from Woolwich.
Well, that's part of the chat.
And they've came into North London and kind of, took over, because they've been, you say, over the last probably 20 years, been more successful. So that's probably where the rivalry is. Well, is that you've come into our manor, and try to claim it as your own, and they're not having none of it. So that's the authentic of the Arsenal and Tottenham, and I think it's probably in London. That's probably the biggest derby.
How do you think it's going to go on Sunday?
Do you know, if you would have asked me this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I would have said, "Oh, this is you're looking at probably 3-0, 3-1, because Spurs couldn't buy a goal.
Yeah,
Arsenal are cruising, but there's been a big shift in things right now with Arsenal. There's a bit of wobbling going on, a bit of wheels coming off. And with a new manager coming in, you just don't know what you're going to get. You just don't know what the bounce is going to be. We've seen managers come in and get that new bounce, the new manager bounce. It is a thing. And is he going to go defensive and try and literally not, shut up shop? And we've seen Arsenal kind of struggle with that. When teams do that, they're that creativity in front of goal, sometimes they struggle. So 2 weeks ago I said, yeah, easy. But now, I really don't know. I really don't know.
Get stuck in. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling about the game this weekend? Is there a little bit of added nerves? I know it's your nearest and dearest rivals, but there's bigger ramifications for you this season, isn't there? Obviously, it's got to be this year if you're going to get it done. And from a Spurs point of view, new manager bounce are you hoping for coming into the game? This can obviously change the trajectory of what's been happening in recent times and get you further away from the talk of relegation. 03717 22 33 44. Get in contact with the show. You listen to the Sports Ball Weekend with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app today for all the latest odds and offers. You've got to be over 18. Gambleaware.org.
They've changed the manager, which is what the fans wanted. I was at their last home game against Newcastle United, and it just felt like the players were completely on the floor, just didn't have the answers, didn't look interested or committed to the manager's plan. How will it be different under Igor Tudor, and has he had enough time to work with his players, Crook?
I'm intrigued by this appointment because obviously one of the main factors is he's proven in the past that you can come into a team in a difficult situation, give them an uplift, put wins on the board, which obviously Spurs need to steer themselves away from relegation danger. But as Southampton found with Ivan Juric last season, who had a similar profile, there's a big difference between doing that in European leagues and coming into the Premier League and doing it. I do think you're right. I think the atmosphere around the stadium will be a lot more positive on Sunday than it has been previously. I think the change of manager, the fact it's not Thomas Frank anymore as much as anything, makes this a more difficult fixture for Arsenal. But what happens if they go behind early? What happens if they lose this game? That lightning rod effect that the Spurs hierarchy are obviously hoping for suddenly evaporates quite quickly.
Yeah, it's slightly different in terms of the profile of the manager. I mean, you keep comparing Juric to Tudor, but Juric basically only managed teams in Italy, Genoa, and Hellas Verona down the bottom of the table. Igor Tudor has managed Marseille, Lazio, and Juventus. So it is a slightly different
How many of those were in relegation trouble when he took over? Because that's where Spurs are.
Trip to Cheltenham, Alan Brazil style on talkSPORT.
Bit fresh, this music, innit? Fancy joining talkSPORT at the famous Cheltenham Festival for Gold Cup Day? We're giving away the ultimate hospitality experience for two on Friday, March the 13th. You'll get the full day VIP treatment, 4-course lunch, complimentary bar all day, celebrity tipsters and more. You'll be experiencing the races in the best way possible, and you'll get to meet some of the talkSPORT crew. Here's how you enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text will cost you £2.50 plus your standard network rate. You can call 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 27th of February 2026 at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. You've got to be over 18, UK residents only. This is a TalkSport promotion. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com for your chance to win. Text the word WIN to 83338. Do that now. Best of luck. Cheltenham is absolutely sensational. And the music, by the way, is...
Have a jolly good day, sir. I wish you all the best you win.
Music's terrible, mate. Don't play that music next time I have to do that. Give us a little bit of Pumping House or something like that. Get people up for a party, man. You've been to Cheltenham before? Come on, man. Everybody's just having it. They're in the Guinness tents, drinking all sorts, checking out the horses as they're walking past on the parade ring, and then, bosh, off we go.
I've been to Cheltenham once.
Mate, I love it. It's proper fair. Listen, I am not plush enough with money to be getting tickets and being looked after on Gold Cup Day, but I normally go a little bit earlier on in the week, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that.
Why'd you go Wednesday, mate? What day's Wednesday? What's it called? Anyone know?
Ladies' Day.
Ladies' Day? Oh, okay. That's why you go Wednesday.
I go Tuesday. If the wife's listening. Cheers, Jay. 03717223344. Let's talk North London Derby. Lee, how are you, mate? You good?
You've been placed on hold.
Lee's put us on hold. Who's Lee talking to? Lee, come and join us, mate. Lee's put us on hold. Right, Lee, if you listen to the radio, mate, we wanted you then. Sort your phone out and we'll get you back on. Michael, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Wednesday's top at Cheltenham. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one on Wednesday, isn't it, mate? It's the best. All right, Grass, listen, you just talk football. Shush.
First of all, Catman, I think you're fantastic. I really like what you do. But secondly, Pennant.
Yeah.
Mr. Pennant.
Yes, mate.
Like, you signed for Arsenal, they paid you wages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and they put you on the map. Yeah. And you're gunning them off about Woolwich.
No. Let's get something straight. I am not good at... No. Let's get something straight.
And that's just ridiculous.
No. Let's get something straight.
I find it laughable.
I'm not coming for Arsenal. I was just telling the history of why...
No, you were. How are you not coming for them, bringing up Woolwich?
Into him, Michael. Into him. Let him have it.
Because this is why...
It's just nonsense. Arsenal put you on the map.
I'm explaining to you what we're talking about, the big derbies in London. And I'll say that.
No. Why are you bringing up Woolwich?
Because this is what Tottenham fans were saying. This is what it's about, and you're all moaning about it.
That's what I'm saying. You're a Spurs fan. You don't like. It's just ridiculous.
What's going on here?
Mate, are you an Arsenal fan? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, massive Arsenal fan. But I remember when Arsenal signed Pennant, I thought he'd be quality, but.
In defence for my right honourable colleague, he was merely pointing out the geographical history of the derby.
Don't you rise up to that?
He was. That's exactly what he was doing. He wasn't causing any bother. Go on, anyway. What do you want to say about this one at the weekend? How you feeling about it?
Sorry for getting into that.
Apology accepted.
Pennant on that. I thought you were quality and you had a great career. So
mates now. All mates now. Right, come on.
I wish I could play football as good as you, man. I'd be it'd be.
How Mate, you paused for God knows how long. You come out with that. You know full well we got to dump it, right?
Can't use the S-bomb.
Sorry.
You're nervous. You're nervous is what you were referring to.
I'm very nervous. Worst week since Wednesday at work, just getting guns all day.
Do you work with Spurs fans? Have you got any Spurs fans, mates, or anything like that?
No, it's all United in London, ain't it? So.
Banter's on. I love this.
Look. Can I quick ask you? Is the nervousness? Is it after the Wolves game? Like, if I'd have asked you this question, say 2 or 3 weeks ago, got Spurs, when they had Thomas Frank.
Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
I'm not nervous about winning the league because that's done.
No. We're not a Spurs game.
If you look at the odds from the bookies, we're still way out favourites. We're still going to win the Champions League and the league. But I'm always nervous against Spurs because you've got work on Monday. You've got to deal with.
It's not about the ramifications. It's about the game, is it? It's about having to look in the eyes of your.
The league's done. We're going to win the league.
The league's done.
League's done.
Yeah. Apparently the league's done, guys.
What are the odds? What are the odds, Mr. Pennant, for Arsenal to win the league?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, they're clearly way out favourites. Like,
are you way out favourites? I can get the odds up for you, like quickly.
Yeah, put a tenner on it.
This guy's, he is. Mike, you're a top man. Joey, how are you, pal? Oh, hang on, we got a bit of a dodgy line on Joey. Joey, can you hear me, mate? Let's see if we can get him back. Let's see if we can get Joey back there, mate. That signal's all over the gaff, innit? Who else have we got? 03717 22 33 44. They're coming for you there, weren't they, mate? Eh?
I was just
you are Arsenal. Look after your roots, you. But they put you on the map.
But I wasn't coming for Arsenal.
I know you weren't, but just in case you were. All right.
Absolutely not. You don't throw him in the bus because you like Wednesdays and showing him.
Yeah. Just because you did me over, I just thought, yeah, go on then, Mike. Give him a little bit of a booting. 03717 22 3344. We'll get you on the radio next. North London derby. Obviously there's a lot of tension in the area, whether it be from Arsenal's point of view, with the ramifications of what this game could obviously lead on to this season, which is big. And also from Spurs' point of view, in restarting their season under new stewardship in the dugout. 03717 22 3344. We'll get you on the radio next.
But when you hear these comments that he's come out with now, to say he cannot get the best out of the players that have come in, if those words just come out of his mouth, then as an owner, you've got no choice now. You have to say, like, okay, he's coming out now publicly and saying he can't get the best out of top players as well, by the way. Brendan Johnson is a very good player. Okay, you can't get the best out
of him. Is he daring the board to sack him?
It sounds
100%.
It sounds like it. And by the way, I know that they missed out on Dwight McDeal. That deal didn't quite get over the line on deadline day. But there was a lot of optimism in the Palace hierarchy because of the addition of Brennan Johnson, because Jurgen Strand-Larsen has come in and obviously scored a couple of excellent goals. Guessond as well. And they kept Mateta. He's not fit at the moment, but should be back sometime soon. They feel there are more than enough weapons in that Palace team to be winning games of football, and one winning 15 is not good enough.
It feels like he's playing chicken a little bit with the hierarchy, isn't he? Because he's saying, you know, I'm not good enough at the moment. I can't do this job. It's very hard for me, blah, blah, blah. And Palace are in a situation where they're obviously like, well, you've already said you're going to leave at the end of the season. You've got a contract to fulfill. You need to fulfill that. Yeah. We're not just going to pay you up for the sake of paying you up so you can have a 3-month holiday and prepare yourself for a new job. Quite rightly so, by the way. But at the same time, Palace are in a predicament where they've won one game in 15. They might go out of Europe if they don't buck their ideas up next Thursday. And they don't want to lose to Wolves on Sunday either, because if that happens, they could find themselves in a relegation battle. So they're in a sort of catch-22 situation. He knows that, and he's daring them, Gabby.
Yeah, but in that press conference, he's gonna lose the fans, those that were still standing by him. He's going to lose the ownership, and he's probably going to lose the players as well if he's turning around saying, "Look, I'm not good enough for you guys."
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
It's a Sports Bar Weekender on talkSPORT. I'm Adam Catterall. Jermaine Pennant is alongside me. If you've only just joined the show, at the start of the show we were talking about the breaking news of Conor Benn leaving Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Sport and heading to America for Dana White and Zuffa Boxing. Still taking your calls on that. 03717 223344. We'll have obviously a lot more to talk about on that particular scenario on tomorrow's Fight Night programme, so make sure you come and join myself and Spencer Oliver for that. If you want to talk Blackburn Rovers, you can do. We beat Preston tonight. Come on, get yourself stuck in. 03717 223344. But the main focus is on the North London derby. Nerves. Nerves from the Arsenal. Nerves from Spurs. Who needs it more this weekend? 03717 223344. Get in contact with the show. Now then, before I go back to the phone lines, I need to give you a little bit of a precursor to our next caller, right? Because I've been with this particular person today. So over the last couple of days, in fact, since January, I've been making these. I've been looking into football rivalries, mainly based in the UK. We know that they happen all over Europe and further afield, but in the UK, I've been making a series of documentaries on major football rivalries here in the UK. So in January, lucky enough to go up to Glasgow. A little bit of Rangers, Celtic. Absolutely tremendous. Got to spend a lot of time with people, hardcore fans from both sets of supporters. And that now has kind of carried on to this weekend. What's happening? North London derby. So the last 2 days I've been in London knocking about with some of the best when it comes to the fan bases of both sides, right? So yesterday was Arsenal Day, so I spent a bit of time with all the Arsenal boys and what have you. Getting into their thought process of how they view the North London derby. Today, been knocking about with the Spurs guys, haven't they? Now, anybody that goes on Spurs, I am fully understanding that you will absolutely know our next caller. He's been on talkSPORT a few times. He's promised me today, Adam, if I ring your show tonight, mate, I will behave myself. That's what he told me. So he's here. And good to his word, he has rang the programme. It is the rabbi himself, Lee, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, mate. And I'll tell you what, it was lovely meeting you and your guys today. What top people.
Listen, pleasure
Absolutely.
meeting you. Pleasure meeting you, mate.
was
Your
an honour.
hospitality has been absolutely bang on for me today, so thank you very much for helping us out with everything that we were doing.
You was loving the flat. You was loving the flat. You know what I'm saying?
He was giving it tons today. Right, now listen, we're here to talk about this game on Sunday, mate, right? Come on.
Right. This rabbi is not nervous. And this is deluded Arsenal fans. And this is especially to the one and only Tottenham fans. Now listen to me, Tottenham fans. We are going to win. We are going to get victory. Do you know how we're going to get victory? Not through our owners, not through our manager. He hasn't had enough time. Injury-prone players, you know, it's going to be the 12th man. And when I mean the 12th man, I mean every boy, every girl, every man, woman, grandma, granddad. You get up and you sing your heart out. You wake that stadium like it's never, ever been woken before, because this is such an important game. You know, there's a chance, we could go down, but we're going to win on Sunday, and Arsenal are going to lose. They're going to bottle it. They're deluded. They think, you know, like I said today, when we're doing well, Tottenham, we're living the dream. We know the wheels are fall off. We're living the dream. When they're doing well, they are absolutely deluded. I've seen it for the last 3 years, and it's going to happen again. So I'm telling every Tottenham fan who's going on Sunday, get behind the Spurs.
There he is.
And give it to them.
Absolutely. War cry.
Lee, listen, obviously you've told me a few tales today, right? Last game at White Hart Lane, he dressed up. He went with what was it, the Batman mankini? Is that what you wore on the last?
Yeah, I wore a Batman mankini and had some pom-poms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I regret it? Do I not?
Exactly.
No way.
Have you got any fancy dress for Sunday?
Listen, I could go as Darth Vader. I could go as a cowboy. I could go as an Indian. Listen, I wake up in the morning and I will have...
Whatever your mood you're in, that's what you're going to get dressed up as. Good man.
That is me, but I'm just asking, come on, you Spurs fans, get behind that team like you've never got behind them, because victory will be ours. It's so important, and I'm convinced we will win because of the 12th man. And when I mean 12th man, I mean boys, girls, women, and, you know.
Mate, you're a top man. Listen,
Wish you all the best.
I've no doubt I'll catch you up again with everybody on Sunday as we head towards this North London derby. Lee, see, I told you to get you on the radio, mate, and he behaved himself. Everything was sweet. There you go. What a top fella. Joey, how are you, mate?
Hello, mate. Sorry about earlier. There was dodgy line.
We got you back now. Brilliant. Right, go on, Joe. All yours, mate.
I'm a bit. I don't know what I'm feeling like really, because I feel like, you know, we could either turn up, belief and all this, like the players. But I think Arsenal will be more up for it. They've had a couple of bad results, and you know, I think they might be more up for it than what we are. But I'd love to see us win. But some part of me thinks,
Joe, listen. Did you not hear the rabbi? You were on 2 minutes ago, mate.
I did.
He's been giving it. He was right. He says that he needs you. Come on, man. You can't be coming on here with a defeatist attitude now.
Joey, will you be going to the game?
No, unfortunately, I'm working. I'm in the worst pitching position. I'm actually working in the kitchen with a gooner.
You're in for an afternoon. Well, listen, you've got to give it to them in the kitchen, mate. You've got to be.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to. I really would. I just feel some part of me feels. I think we'll turn up. We'll actually show belief. We'll get the fans. The fans need to get fully, like the rabbi said, the fans need to get fully behind us.
Yeah.
And we could get a result. And the weird thing is, look, someone said to me the other day, he goes, "It's our cup final." You know, at the end of the day, look, it's our chance to actually show Arsenal that, you know, we're going to try and pop their balloon and pop their bubble, and they can stop winning the league, you know, and hopefully City do the job on the Saturday night and we can get it. But I want to.
Don't do it. No, there's no but. Don't do the but.
I want to believe.
Joe, listen. Just say it. Listen, man. We're going to win. Say it.
We're going to win.
I love that. No, I don't believe you, Joe. Do it again.
We're going to do it.
Come on, man. Come on. Chest out. Chest out. Joey, come on.
Deep breath, Joey. Deep breath.
Make me believe, Joe. Make me believe.
Go on.
I believe.
Make me believe, Joe. Make me believe, Joe.
Louder, Joe. Louder, Joe.
I believe.
Go on, one
Joey,
more, Joe.
come on, man.
I can't hear it, Joe.
This is like Jerry Maguire and Todd Ridwell. Come on, mate.
Show me the money.
I believe.
No, Joe, come on, Joe. Louder, son.
believe.
Scream it, Joe. Scream it.
I believe.
Scream
I
it,
believe.
Joey.
I believe. I can't scream too loud. I'm in the car park. But no, I phoned her before, and I believe Jermaine, I owe you an apology because I think last time we spoke, I gave you a bit of stick, and I said something. I said, look,
that's no problem. I'm used to it.
I think we had a bit. But I think you're on with Jamie, and I think I gave you a bit of unnecessary stick.
That's fine. He probably wind you up. Don't worry about it. Cheers, Joey.
Listen, right, if we're going to ask you to do a bit of Rod Tidwell, come on, man, go for it. Get in there. Do the little bit of swear. You got to believe, man. You got to believe. 03717 223344. Have you switched them off? I thought we had more callers there. Are we waiting to get stuck in? Look at these. I tell you what, our production team in there, right? You could tell. I could tell what football teams they all supported there, right?
I'm looking through the
because the phone lines were lit up there, like with all the Spurs. They wanted to come on here and they wanted to sing the praises of their team, get their team all revved up for the weekend. And look at you, you've all switched off.
Well, one of them's a Chelsea fan.
He's a Chelsea fan. Yeah. I can see him, right? He's like, nah, you're not having any Spurs on here. That's what he's doing. And now he's put through Tina from Arsenal. Tina, how are you?
I am fine. I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. Are you going to the game on Sunday, Tina?
Well, kind of. I drive the Tottenham fans to the match.
But you're an Arsenal fan, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a bus driver. I drive the Tottenham fans from Wood Green or Ali Pali to the match.
Excellent. Right, come on. The show is yours. What do you want to talk about?
I reckon we're going to beat them.
You reckon? What? Arsenal are going to turn over Spurs away from home?
Yeah.
Listen. I was watching you on Wednesday. That second half didn't look good, did it, Tina?
I know it didn't look good, but everybody can have a slip up now and then. But I believe we're going to beat them.
Okay, Tina, you've just heard what we've done with Joey, right? I don't believe that you believe. Come on.
Oh, I do believe.
No, louder, Tina. Tina.
You know, like Tottenham, yeah. There wasn't a London club to start with. They were part of Hertfordshire before it became London.
Hang on, we're going geographical again. We're going geographical again. Here we go.
Hello. Go on,
so
Tina.
they were Hertford.
Give it to him, Tina. Tell him, Tina. Tell him.
They were a Hertfordshire football team before they became North London.
Yeah.
They became North London after Arsenal already moved to North London.
Oh.
So,
where did Arsenal move from?
Well, Woolwich, Arsenal.
Yeah. South London. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
Listen.
But they moved to North London before Tottenham became a North London team.
Is North London white or is North London red?
It's red.
I don't believe it. Tina, you've got to say it with more conviction. Come on.
Oh yeah, North London is. Listen, I grew up in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my granddad supported FC Cologne, and he said to me, I said, I do not want to support a German team. So my granddad said to me, we just bought Tony Woodcock from Arsenal. Support Arsenal. They're one of the best teams. So I supported Arsenal, and I grew up, and I said, one day I'm going to live in Highbury. And I moved to Highbury from Germany to Highbury when I was 20. I'm now 58. And I've always been an Arsenal supporter.
That is
incredible. And I go to the ladies' match all the time.
And Arsenal going to win. Give me a score. Give me a score, Tina.
3-0.
Tina, don't mess about, man.
You're not messing about, Tina.
Tina, do you know when? Do you know when the? You obviously take the Tottenham fans on the bus to the game. Do you take them? Do you take them home as well?
Yeah, I do.
Right. So, are you one of them that gives them a little bit of banter on their way home?
No, because funny enough, they think I'm their lucky charm.
They think you're.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really funny. This is really funny. They think I'm their lucky charm.
Okay.
Because every time I do the job, they either drew or won.
Are you doing the job on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Spurs' game.
Spurs win. Well done, the lucky charm, Tina. You just ruined your team.
I tell you, we need to speak to on this. Right? There's only one man for this. Yusuf, how are you?
All right, come on.
I'm very well, man. How are you?
Not too bad.
Listen, right? Arsenal, Spurs that weekend. Listen, I watched you on Wednesday. You looked a little bit squeaky, didn't you?
Yeah, shaky, mate.
Shaky Stevens.
Yeah. How are you feeling about...
Cracking up under pressure.
How are you feeling about Sunday?
We have to win Sunday. No draw. Draw is no good.
Yep.
So will you, though? Will you do it?
Yeah, hopefully we will.
Whoa, what is it about this?
That is weak. That is weak.
Well, maybe we will, maybe we
All right,
won't.
I'll say the final score now.
Go on.
3-1.
No. Listen, I'm not believing you. Right? You're just shouting stuff out of it.
To whom?
Listen, Yusuf. Yusuf, right? We're going to go quiet in a minute, and you are just going to shout at the top of your voice, I believe, right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Go for it.
I believe.
No,
pathetic,
mate. Come on, man. A little bit louder.
I believe.
Come on.
One more.
I believe in the Arsenal.
I believe in Arsenal.
I love you, Jokeres. Say it.
No.
I'll see you for the quiz in about half an hour, yeah?
All right, man.
See you in a bit. Ta-da. Keep them coming. 03717 2233 44. You're listening to talkSPORT.
Mourinho, one of the best managers of our generation. But I'll tell you what, he's lost a lot of fans. He's lost a lot of neutral fans. And I just felt his comments were disgusting. For one, Vinicius Jr., if he wants to run to the corner flag and do a dance that a lot of Brazilian players do, Cunha danced when he scored against Arsenal, didn't receive racial abuse from anybody, any player. So Vinicius Jr. is allowed to dance. And also, Eusebio is one of our best ever players. This club cannot be racist. What does that mean? Because your best ever player was black. That means no one else can be racist to do with your football club. And also, no one says Benfica was a racist football club, did they? It was alleged that a player had been racist. So why is Mourinho protecting the football club when no one's said that Benfica are a racist football club? Very odd.
Well, Benfica are not a homogenous group, are they? They're made up of individuals, and Prestiani is his own individual, and he's the one who's accused of the racism. It's not like everyone's accusing the club of it. It just seems a little bit strange that now Benfica have come out in support of him, almost suggesting that there is sort of a defamation campaign against him. And the problem here is that we'll never be able to prove the contrary, because all you've got is eyewitness statements of people who say that they've heard it. But if he sits there and says, "Oh, I didn't say that," or "I didn't mean that," then there is very difficult to prove. Like lots of different cases across the world, if you're in a court of law, you have to prove it in order to punish.
For a bit of Scar, have you? So we've got Chelsea, one side of the mirror, Or one side of the window, shall I say. We've got Arsenal one side of the window. No wonder they're having to do at the old Spurs tonight, these lads.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought something was...
Vision mixes Arsenal as well.
I thought something was a bit fishy.
Tell you, mate.
Got 2 Arsenal and a Chelsea.
Yeah, he's all right. Liverpool fans all right at back. He's not going to dig out our Spurs, is he?
No, but the Chelsea and Arsenal, obviously.
We've got 2 Arsenals and we've got a Chelsea there, right? They've been
cutting off phone lines.
Just Spurs coming through now, please. 03717 223344. It's now time to look ahead to this weekend's Premier League games. We talk sport bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com for exclusive offers and bonuses. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
I'm only messing. Everybody's welcome on the show. 03717 223344. If you want to talk about that boxing news from a little earlier on, you're more than welcome to do that. Right. We'll come back to North London Derby. Let's talk about the other football that is going on this weekend. Which one jumps off the page for you first and foremost, Jay, from the fixtures this weekend in the Premier League?
I'm going to go to, I think, Everton Man United.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reason? Monday night, 8 o'clock. Bit of Everton Man United. Man United away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Man United on a nice little form they've got going. They're cooking, aren't they, under Carrick?
Well, yeah, it's not as bad as it was, and they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Everton, I just think it's going to be... That Dickinson Stadium is still not like home to them. It still needs bedding in. You know, when you used to play at Goodison Park, it was horrible. It was a horrible place to go. But I think that Dickinson now... teams are going there, and it's not like the advantages at home anymore. I think they're still trying to bed in there and get used to it and whatnot. I just think it's just going to be a good game. I really think this could go either way. So this one, I'm looking forward to watching.
I've got a stat for you on your team. Sorry, I was looking for a stat on my phone, so just in case you're wondering what I was up to there, because the game that jumps off for me. Listen, obviously people are going to be looking at Manchester City taking on Newcastle. That is a big game. Of course it is when you're talking about title ramifications or whatever. But when you look at Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool, you highlighted Forest a little earlier on, right?
Yeah.
They've done well last night.
Yeah.
Gone and done the business, haven't they? In Europe, new manager, bit of a bounce, looked really good, put some balls in the back of the net, which everybody's absolutely delighted about. But this is big at the weekend. They're at home. Liverpool have won just one of their last 15 away league games against Nottingham Forest.
Do you know what? Every team...
What a stat! Yeah. Drawn 8, lost 6.
Every team has like a bogey team, though.
Are they a bogey team for you?
Oh, I think so. Well, the proof's in the pudding there. It's just one of those places and one of those teams that you just always find difficult. Everyone's got one. And for Liverpool, it's obviously Nottingham Forest. They just... I don't know if it's the way they play, just something in the back of their minds that we just can't get over the line with this team. So that plays a part. There's just something about Nottingham Forest that Liverpool seem to struggle. But with a new manager, it might be a different style. But it's not like they've had the same manager for years. But we'll see. I'm hoping that Liverpool have now turned that corner. At one point, there was at the corner. Just peering round. I'm hoping they've now turned that corner and they get the job done. Especially if there's a Nottingham Forest team who's now going to be a little bit more expansive. Scored 3 goals against Fenerbahce. Look like he's on the attacking foot. But if they sit back and play that counter-attacking football at home, and then I think Liverpool may struggle.
The other game that I just want to highlight slightly, mainly because it's got an interesting stat connecting to it, is the Chelsea game. So Chelsea are playing Burnley this weekend. Chelsea have dropped more points from winning positions at home than any other side this season. 15. They've dropped 15 points from winning positions. Now, I would think that they're not going to do that this weekend against Burnley, but this Chelsea side are so unpredictable.
They are, and so is Burnley.
Yeah.
You know, who would have thought they'd have gone to Crystal Palace and picked up, 3 points, scoring 3 goals. They are unpredictable, Burnley as well. They can make your life an absolute nightmare, or you can have a field day. So 2 teams unpredictable. That should be a tasty tie. But you're expecting Chelsea to come away with all 3 points there.
Big game with... I'm not going to say title ramifications because this might sound a bit harsh on Aston Villa. I wouldn't class them in a race for the title, but I absolutely class them in one of those teams that are going to hopefully secure themselves a Champions League spot. They've got a lot of other things going on as well, and they're taking on a team this weekend, Leeds United, who away from home aren't as good. I think this is the most obvious statement of the show so far tonight. They're not as good as they are at home. And it's that away form that is worrying. The home form might carry them through and keep them in the league. Do you have any worries and doubts about Leeds United being a Premier League outfit next year?
I think they'll stay in. I think their home form
carries them through.
All you got to do is keep getting results at home, which will ultimately probably keep.
Can they get anything against Villa this weekend, do you think? Can they get a draw for it?
Listen, the way the Premier League shaped up this season, I think on the day anyone can get a result against anyone. You know, who would have thought Top would have got a draw against Wolves with two goals, 2 clear goal lead?
Do you want me to give you a stat on that?
Who would have thought?
Do you want me to give you a stat?
Please give me a stat.
I'll give you a stat on that. For the first time in Premier League history, the leader of the Premier League dropped a 2-goal lead against a team in relegation. Never mind the bottom. It's never even happened before with a team in relegation. It's the first time ever that a Premier League leader has dropped a 2-0 lead against someone in the relegation zone.
And as an Arsenal fans, you can't tell me that it's not panic stations or the boys are not feeling the pressure, because that result just shown straight away.
Well, this is where leaders.
Do you know what it is, Rob? They got 2-0 up and there's cruising. Rather than let's go and get a third, like champions elect would do.
Okay.
Let's go and get a third.
Where does that mentality come from?
Let's go and get a fourth.
Where does it come from? Who's sending the message out to not go for the third, to the fourth?
It can't be the players, because we don't do that. If we score 2, we're playing a game. We'll go out. Let's go score another one. It's the manager will be barking orders saying, right, just control the game.
It's not just that. What it is also is the type of substitution that is made at certain points of the game. Right, okay, this is sealed. It's 70 minutes. Right, we're now going to take this attacking player off and we're going to put a more defensively minded player on. That automatically sends a subliminal message to that team that we're doing a certain thing now.
But not only that, then your shape gets more deeper.
There you go.
You start dropping back more further. And what does that do? That is implied pressure. So what do? Throw balls in the box. Where if you stay as your attacking mentality, they've got to start defending. They're in their own half. So answer to your question, can Leeds get a result? Like, anyone can get a result against anyone, but will they? I think Aston Villa just are too strong. They're going to be a little bit too strong for Leeds, and I'm seeing 3 points, unfortunately, to Aston Villa.
West Ham United on the upturn.
Yes, they are. Nuno's got them cooking, hasn't they? It's got them ticking over now.
Do you think they're going to stay?
I thought one stage was getting
you just
ready.
said Leeds are staying up, so are West Ham staying up? How's this going to work?
Well, no. I think West Ham are too good to go down.
Right, so you're saying, is it Forest, is it Spurs? You've told me that Leeds are staying up, mate.
I think Forest are in a bit of bother.
Yeah.
Spurs, it'll be unthinkable.
Right.
Tottenham Hotspur got relegated. I think this will be the biggest shock in Premier League history. Up there. It's got to be up there. Of the modern era. Of the Premier League era, it'll probably be the biggest shock if they got relegated into the Championship.
Well, a team that won a European trophy last year to be relegated the season after is pretty big, yes.
Yeah. And
you think that was going to happen?
No. What I'm saying is they can't. They can't.
So do West Ham get out of this? West Ham are on, right, for those that are not keeping up to date with this, West Ham are on 24 points, right? Nottingham Forest are on 27. They both played 26 games. This weekend, Nottingham Forest are playing Liverpool. Liverpool have not won. Sorry, they've won 1 in 15 in their last away at Nottingham Forest. It's not the best place for them to go, all right? Nottingham Forest have just got themselves a new manager. There's a bit of a bounce. I don't know if you noticed last night. They did quite well in Europe, didn't they? So there's a nice little feel about Nottingham Forest. So there's a chance Forest are going to take some points in that game. So let's say they take 3 points.
Oh, against Liverpool?
Yeah. Do you not think so? So are you backing? So all right then.
Right.
In your world, then you're backing Liverpool to beat Forest then tomorrow. This weekend on Sunday.
They're a bogey team. I'm backing Liverpool. Liverpool will not lose. They will not lose to Nottingham Forest.
Right. Okay.
They will not lose.
So are you backing West Ham to beat Bournemouth at home?
That can go either way.
Come on, get them splinters out your bum. What are we doing?
Right. Do you know what? Yeah.
Right. So West Ham. Okay. So they're going to shut the gap on Forest at some point this weekend. So it might get down to 1 point. Might even be 0 points.
Yeah.
They might be on the level.
It could be 27-27.
Right.
After the weekend.
Okay. Right. That's where you're at. So are you saying West Ham are staying up, or are you saying?
I would say West Ham are going to stay up. I think West Ham are staying up.
Okay. So who is? So it's a dogfight. It's Forest.
It's a dogfight. Do you know what?
You've just told me Leeds are staying up. You've told me Spurs are staying up.
I'm looking at the fixtures, not fixtures, the points, and for me, it's between Palace, Brighton, Leeds, and Forest. Any of those can go down.
You think as high as Palace?
Absolutely. Palace are in turmoil right now. Their gaffer wants out.
Yeah, but that's a good point.
They lost to Burnley at home.
That's an 8-point swing from now till the end of the season, though, from where West Ham are at and where Palace are at, and they both played the same amount of games. That's an 8-point swing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could go from anywhere from Palace to Forest.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
wow, man.
Yeah. I think West Ham will climb out of it. I do. They look like they've also Nuno has now got is implemented his style, his DNA, and what he does, what he did for Forest. He's kind of got that message across now, and you kind of seen it. Kind of seen a little change in the tempo, in the momentum.
Here's one for you then, and this links us nicely back to the North London derby, which we're going to carry on talking about in a minute. Given everything that you've just been speaking about relegation, if Spurs don't win this weekend, given the momentum of West Ham, given the little, it might continue against Liverpool for Nottingham Forest, a little upturn there, given the good home form of Leeds United, is it Spurs?
I can't. No. Spurs cannot go.
It's got to be one of them, Jay.
I have to turn to Leeds. Sorry, Leeds.
We'll continue this conversation.
Sorry, Leeds.
Listen, that was a look ahead to the weekend's latest action. It's all coming up this weekend with talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. You've got to be over 18. Gambleaware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com for exclusive offers and bonuses. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
It's tight at the bottom. We're going to continue the conversation next. Don't go anywhere.
There were reports that the night that Sean Dyche was sacked after that Wolves game, 4 or 5 senior players were called into Marinakis' boardroom and they essentially said, we're not loving this. And I don't like that. That feels unfair to someone like Sean Dyche. However, last night I think was great evidence because the players played with the reins off. They played with freedom. And I think it shows that how maybe unhappy some of those players were under Sean Dyche. The fact that they went to Istanbul, to a team unbeaten domestically under Dominic Tedesco, and absolutely played them off the park.
Yeah, on paper, Max, you look at your team. I mean,
I know, yeah.
Hudson-Odoi on the wide, on his
Gibbs
day he can do it. Hutchinson,
Yeah.
You've got Gibbs White, as you mentioned there. You've got Elliot Anderson in midfield as well. So you've got some top players.
I think he's the key, Elliot Anderson, because he's the dynamo, he's the driving force. And if he can win and keep them playing and get the balls to the danger men, then Forest have every chance.
Without a doubt. Look, and we all know that Elliot Anderson's destined for a top 4 team. He's got the talent to be absolutely world class. The way that he moves, there are shades of Zidane about him. And I know that people will laugh at that, but he is something special. And I think if England are going to do something special this summer, he's going to be a massive part of that for Thomas Tuchel. But people have been saying this about Forest all season, boys. They've been saying, well, they'll be absolutely fine. Look at the players and they'll list the exact same.
Now we're talking, aren't we, eh? With around 4 months until the World Cup kicks off, each week we're keeping up to date with all the English players that are performing across the continent. Here's European football expert Andy Brassel on who to look out for this weekend across Europe.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is enjoying the best week of his Real Madrid career, with wins at home and abroad putting Real Madrid top of La Liga and in pole position to reach the last 16 of the Champions League at Benfica's expense. Before the return against Jose Mourinho's team on Wednesday, Trent and company travelled to Pamplona for a tricky match with Osasuna on Saturday, with Jude Bellingham still injured and on a watching brief. Marcus Rashford should be fit again for Barcelona's home game with Levante. That's on Sunday afternoon. Ahead of the Klassiker next week, 6 points separate Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. Harry Kane's leaders welcome Eintracht Frankfurt to Munich, while Joe Bellingham and his team are in Saturday's big game of the weekend away at Leipzig. Dortmund then go to Atalanta for their Champions League playoff second leg in midweek with a 2-goal lead. In Italy, Milan have fallen 7 points behind leaders Inter after a home draw with Cesc Fabregas's Como on Wednesday, but remain second with Fikayo Tomori leading the second best defence in Serie A ahead of Parma's visit, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek likely to be recalled in the second striker role after being rested in the week. Finally, Lyon are on the hunt for a 14th successive win, with Tyler Morton and Ainsley Maitland-Niles at Strasbourg this weekend, but it won't be easy against Ben Chilwell and marvellous Martial Godo, with the latter getting his first Ligue 1 assist last week in the comeback draw at Marseille to add to his 6 goals so far.
For a more in-depth review on all things happening across European football, make sure you tune into Trans Europe Express with Danny Kelly and Andy Brassel. 9 o'clock Sunday evening. You can also listen to the best bits of Danny Kelly's Trans Europe Express podcast, which is available every week on the talkSPORT app or via your favourite podcast platforms. Let's get back to the phone line, shall we? It's been a busy night tonight. Busy night. And not one Blackburn Rovers caller. What are you giggling at? Flying, man. 03717 22. Listen, man, we don't normally have a win.
I'm not. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it.
John, how are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm still trying to get over the shock of Conor Benn going to Zuffa boxing.
Talk me through it. What's your initial thought?
So, mate, I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking to myself, is this it then? Is Dana White going to take over boxing? Because it's a bit of a flex. This is like mafia stuff. This is cartel stuff. Like, he's gone right for the jugular. To go and get Conor Benn from Eddie Hearn. And, apparently he was trying to get Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher was offered life-changing money to go somewhere. It's almost like, if he could get hold of Conor Benn, what does that say to the rest of the roster?
Yeah.
If Conor Benn's willing to go, and he's not going to show loyalty, like, why is Boots Ennis going to show loyalty? Like, why is anyone else? I think it's a massive flex, and I'm going to throw it over to you, Adam. Like, you know a lot about UFC. You know Dana White. Do you think it's possible? Can he take over boxing?
I thought when he entered the space that the that what they would do would take time. I thought eventually there would be a period where a lot of boxing fans gravitated to the product that they create. But I also thought that the other products that are offered from the likes of Matchroom, from Queensberry and all these other promoters, they would still exist in some type of way in the ecosystem. The way that they are moving over the last month to 2 months, Zuffa Boxing with the signing of Jai Opataya, now with this Conor Benn thing, I don't know, mate. I do not know what is happening because it's going against all the original thoughts that I had of how they would enter the space. That, like you just said, they've just decided to go right for the jugular from the off, and they are not playing about. It's
a question. Do you think his end goal is to turn boxing into a UFC style structure?
UFC style structure, yeah, 100%. I think the end goal would be to have boxing in a place where nobody's relying on any of the alphabet belts, the WBA and the WBC and them types of characters. So nobody cares about them. They will literally have their own structure where there'll be one champion per division, which makes it a lot easier for fight fans to understand. They're also going to have a lot less weight divisions. Some of those lower weight divisions are going to get thrown to the side. It'll be interesting to see how quickly this moves. I always thought that they would make a splash and they would get to a certain point, but I never thought it would be this quick. John, do you want to talk about any of your team? Because you're an Arsenal boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, just quickly, I'll just finish off on the boxing, because I'm just still reeling from it. It's just, I just think now, like Eddie Hearn, Maurizio Sullivan, Frank Warren, they're all going to have to, the other belt organisations, they're ultimately going to have to team up in some way to deal with Zuffa, because Zuffa have Seller, they have Turkey Al Sheikh, they have a bottomless pit of money. So, it's down to the promoters put the money up, don't they?
Not just that, mate. Not just that. They're also, like you said, they've got 60% of their companies owned by Seller, which is Saudi Arabia. Yeah. The other 40% is owned by TKO, which is the biggest entertainment organisation in the United States. They own the WWE, they own the UFC. It's absolutely gigantic. They are a colossal already. They're gigantic when it comes to the amounts of money, like you've just said, John.
Yeah. As for the football then, I'm an Arsenal fan. And the guy you had on earlier was making me laugh. But part of what he said was right. I think it will come down to the bit of the 12th man here as well. I feel like the fans are very anxious, and I think that does feed into the team. I mean, you can feel it and see it like when they're playing. But Arsenal, they just need to go out there and try and win the game. To use a boxing term, just go out on your shield. Like, we're just too defensively minded. We're too worried about losing the game. And I think, like, when we were 2-0 up against Wolves, like, just go and kill the game. Go out and play with freedom. Try and win the game.
Does that come from the manager, John?
Yeah, I suppose so. The manager, the players, I think they're all culpable. I just think, we've gone. I feared the London derby a little bit because of the new manager. I was worried, thinking, there could be a bounce back here. But I think now we've lost to Wolves, I think that's going to be the kick up the backside. And I can see us going to Tottenham and putting a demolition job on. I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to go out there and go out on our shield and try and win the game. But maybe we needed this. Maybe we needed this. I'm still hopeful. Like the Man United game, it was two absolute worldies, wasn't it, that beat us. The Wolves game, it was a bit of a mistake, and then it was a worldie that they'd get the draw. So, let's not, we're still a few points clear here.
Yeah, it's in your hands, mate. It's in your hands.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see over the next couple of games.
Top man. Cheers, John. Thanks for your time, mate. Cheers. Appreciate you. I think we'll finish up with a bit of Lawrence. Lawrence, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for accepting my call.
No worries, Lawrence. Come on, man. What do you want to say?
I want to say Spurs fans are buzzing at the moment because I guess, not buzzing, I would say. I would say a bit nervous, but Arsenal fans are absolutely scared.
Arsenal fans are scared. Tell me why. Tell me the evidence. What have you seen?
Hello?
Yeah, I've got you, man. Go on. What evidence have you seen? Why do you think they're scared?
Oh, the evidence. Oh, right. The Wolves game, yeah? Oh, my God. 2 goals lead, and they lost. Drew.
They drew.
Yeah, my God. Seriously. I'm on talkSPORT. And they're nervous. They're dropping the points like anything. Man City are getting so close to them as well.
You're loving this, aren't you? You're absolutely loving it, Lawrence.
I wonder where Lawrence thinks his team is, though.
I have not heard a single Spurs fan calling today, yeah? I don't know why. I believe they should call you. The Spurs fans should call you and show the support for the team.
I think they're nervous as well. You're not fighting. That's why.
I think there's a lot of nervous people in North London right now, man.
There's relegation on the line. There's titles on the line. I think both sets of fans are nervous until that whistle comes.
Here's one for you, right? For both sets of fans, can you enjoy a game like this on Sunday? Can you enjoy it? Can you turn up, or can you watch it on the telly, however you're consuming it? Can you just sit there and enjoy 90 minutes?
I don't think you can enjoy 90 minutes, but I think the tone's set after the first 5 minutes. When you're watching a game, you know straight away if it's going to be a long afternoon,
right,
or your boys are up for a fight. You could tell straight away. You watch a game and you're under the cosh, like, oh, my 2 minutes in, they've had a corner, 3 minutes gone, they've on
keeper slapping.
Yeah, 5 minutes gone, we can't get out of our half. You're like, oh, get me home. Close my eyes.
03717 22 33 44. Is the Quizzy Rascal coming up in a moment? Is he? Is he got a big question for everybody? He's feeling confident, is he? Oh, here we go.
Something going on in London. Everyone's nervous.
No. Yeah. I think, to be fair, Quizzy Rascal's taken a beating over the last couple of weeks, right? So he's
whooping.
He's feeling it. But today is his day. He should be coming in here, chest out, nice and confident, bish bash bosh. If you like your football trivia, we're going to give you a question next. Don't go anywhere.
I'll tell you why I'm not worried. Because if Arteta doesn't win anything this season major, then it has to go. All right?
No, I disagree with that.
No, well, you would, wouldn't you? But we don't sack managers every other week.
But you can't sack a manager who gets to the latter stages of every competition. You can't. You can't.
You can when the pattern emerges.
You can sack them.
The
Would you
pattern
sack him?
emerges. Chelsea did it.
It depends what they do.
They won things.
John,
Okay, here's a question. Would you sack Arteta if they finish second in
well, what happens in the
Premier
Champions League?
They lose in the final.
What happens in the Carabao Cup?
Lose in the final.
FA Cup?
Lose in the final.
Mate, he's got to go. You can't.
You're gonna sack him.
You can't get to three
finals.
You can't get to three finals and finish second. You can't. That to me tells that is all the evidence. No, you well done. It's a little bit like what Claudio Ranieri done at Chelsea. Chelsea he finished second that season. We beat Arsenal in the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League. Got beat by Monaco. Jose comes in. We've gone from second to the quarter-finals to almost winning. We won the title, won the Carabao Cup. Arteta might just be that man. He might be the nearly man. He might be the man, but he might be the nearly man. If he's the nearly man,
well, you'd sack him. You've got to be careful what you wish for, James. You built this team for him.
I'm not saying
built this team. And if they don't win it this season, or they finish second and they miss the cup finals, whatever. I don't think you can sack Arteta. I don't. Mate.
I think you can.
From where they've come from.
No, but that's the point I'm making. He has taken them to this point. Now their time is now. Their time is now. And if it's not now.
in that mood tonight, you can tell now. I've had a go with him for his rubbish racing music, and now all of a sudden, he's taking us to 1980s Birmingham, haven't you? Playing some ska.
19.
Fair play to him.
Birmingham.
Listen, if you... I was just reading something there. You don't want me to talk about Cheltenham, do you? You do want me to talk about Cheltenham. All right, you want me to do that right now. I apologise, gentlemen. The information I've been given isn't full, you see. I've only got one line on the Cheltenham Festival, how to go and win it. It's a good job that I know how to go about winning this, right? You've got a fantastic opportunity to go to Cheltenham. And Mr. Brazil is obviously a key member of the talkSPORT team that participates in the Cheltenham Festival. Gold Cup Day, if you fancy being there on that Friday, then you can get there by texting the word WIN to 83338. 83338. Dead simple. It'll cost you £2.50 plus your standard network rate. You can enter for free if you want by writing to us and what have you. All the terms and conditions are on talksport.com. Go and get yourself stuck into it. That's it. That's all I've got on my on my screen here. You've only got
and have a jolly good day.
All right, okay. Sound. Quizzy Rascal, how are you?
I'm all right. Mate. Yeah. How are you?
Very well, mate. Very well indeed. Listen, have you been participating in the banter regarding the North London derby and what have you? Who's your derby at Doncaster?
Rotherham, who we play tomorrow. Actually.
Oh, so it's derbies all over.
Well, you got the Sheffield derby as well this weekend.
Yeah, it's a big day for South Yorkshire Police.
They're all at it, aren't they? They're all, well, I think is the Sheffield one tomorrow? Is it on Sunday?
No,
Sunday. All right, so you got a big weekend
for the North.
They've got a bit of respite in between, I think.
Yeah, how are you feeling about your Rotherham derby?
Do you know what, we're doing all right at the minute, Donny. So we were in the relegation zone, but a couple of wins and we're out of it. That's what you can do in that league, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you can do in that
well,
league. We're all right. I feel quite confident because Rotherham are rubbish as well. So.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but Blackburn beat Preston tonight, which is a local derby.
Derby's galore this week, isn't
Blackburn
it?
won. Always sets your weekend up nice when you beat your locals, doesn't it? Now listen, last couple of weeks, it's been our week, hasn't it? We've been doing the bits on the old football trivia.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about coming into this one? We've had a lot of nervous people on the show tonight, actually, regarding derbies this weekend. How are you feeling about this ding dong here now on the trivia?
Well, I think you're gonna struggle a little bit tonight.
Because
there's a few. Well,
because he's gone ridiculous.
I think it's mind games.
Not at all.
Jose Mourinho over here.
Go on.
No. I just know that whenever Adam or Cole, who's our usual presenter, is not here, tends to not go so well for the for you boys.
That's the thing. I'm not Coley. I know my stuff.
Right. All right. Go on then.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see.
What have you got?
So obviously.
Is it an NLD theme?
It is.
Oh,
of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Here you go. Arsenal, Spurs fans, here you go.
It's quite a simple question, but maybe not so simple answers.
Yeah.
I want you to name the top 12.
Random. Yeah,
there's a reason for that, Catman.
Yeah, top 12 Premier League appearance makers in North London derbies.
Oh.
So the 12 players that have appeared in the most North London derbies in the Premier League.
Oh, that's good.
It's very good.
Isn't it?
12
because...
as well.
It's always good.
Okay.
Sonny, Kane.
And is it appearances for one of because there's a couple of lads that have played for both clubs. So is it appearances just in the derby itself?
If that were the case, it would be combined Spurs and Arsenal appearances.
But it's not.
It's not. So
if that were the case, I'm saying.
Just ask me all right then. Word your question again so I can understand what you've said. Go on.
I think I worded it just fine.
You probably did, but I'd just want to clarify.
The top 12 Premier League appearance makers in North London derbies. Doesn't specify for which team.
Right, great. So it is combined.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So for those that have played for both Arsenal and for the Spurs, the likes of the William Gallas's of this world, for example, right? Keep an eye on them. How many times have they played in these North London derbies? Okay. Have you got anybody that springs to mind straight away for you, mate?
Well, if we're going to go both teams, Sol Campbell.
Mate, you can't say that name on North London derby weekend, mate. It causes absolute right.
I know he does, but, it's a quiz.
You think he's appeared in the most North
well, there's 12. Surely he's one of the 12.
Do you want to have a go at it?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, 03717 223344 if you want to participate. I'm ready for
He's
work.
smiling. I don't think he. Maybe not. Let's rethink that. Let's just rethink.
You bottled it?
Well, I don't like the face you just gave me.
Did I get?
No. Quizzy rascal over it.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, mate. It's just my face.
03717 223344.
Let's get some callers to help us out.
All right then. Rob, how are you, mate?
How we doing? Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Now, boys.
Yeah.
Sunday. Who needs this game? Not only who wants it, who needs it? Spurs need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spurs are going to win that game. And as a Villa fan, we love going to 3 Point Lane. It's one of our favourite places.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I can see Spurs winning it. Now Villa have got Leeds tomorrow. Yeah. 3 points for us. And we got Wolves away. And they've been shocking against Villa over recent seasons. Next Saturday, we could be 2 points behind Arsenal. And to say that Villa are not title contenders, it's just not true. I mean...
That's fair. When I said it about half an hour ago, I did then in the break think to myself, well, hang on a minute. It could swing this weekend. So this weekend you could be within 5. I get it, mate. You are. You're absolutely in it.
But then take another thing. There's 2 other points I want to make, yeah?
Yeah.
Last game of the season, Man City, Villa.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a belter, won't it, eh?
Well, that could be a title decider, because Arsenal are going to bottle it.
Oh, poor Arsenal.
You look at Unai Emery, yeah?
Have you got... Can I ask you a question? Have you got an answer for my quiz that we've just asked the question for?
No, but I reckon...
well, I'll tell you... I'm going to have to go back to the quiz, all right? Because people are ringing in for the quiz and I can see them getting angry on the phone lines. But I get your point. Villa are definitely...
100%.
They're in it. They're in the tight race. Thanks, Rob. Much appreciated, mate. Alex, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
I'm good, man. What are you thinking on this quiz, pal?
I'm thinking we've got to go for someone who was there for a long time. I think Harry Kane.
I did think that, but...
yeah, go on then. I don't mind that. Go for it, mate. Do what you need to do. You need to say the magic words.
Harry Kane, please.
Lock him in.
How many did he do, Harry Kane?
So he's number 6 on the list.
Yeah.
With 17.
Right then. With that in mind, I've got an answer.
Go.
Because I think Ray Parlour did more.
Okay. Yeah. We can go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm going to go Ray Parlour, lock it in. Where is he?
He's number 4 with 19.
Ray, 19. Right. Okay. We've got 2 there. Sean, how are you, mate?
Not bad, crack man. You helped yourself.
Very well indeed. Listen, what's going on this weekend, pal?
Sunderland supporter, so I'm off to the game on Sunday. Watched banter Fulham.
Look at him. He's all over it. He's off. Are you, what? You going to the game? Are you?
Season ticket holder, cut man.
Good man. And then what? What after the victory? Then where's the party at?
Well, lucky for me, I'm working. I'm travelling down to Manchester doing night shift.
Oh, mate. Never. Listen. The win will be enough celebration. That's all you need, isn't it? That's all you need. Right, come on. What have you got for me on this quiz?
Well, I think he was at top Spurs for a while. The keeper, Hugo Lloris.
That's a really good shout. I like that, Hugo Lloris.
He's one of the most, yes.
Yeah, I think his appearances are ridiculous. Yeah, so
he's one.
I think by default he'll be in there, mate. You do it, mate. You need to say the words lock it in when you're ready.
Hugo Lloris, lock it in.
So, man, have a great weekend. Hopefully your team get the business done. Where is he?
He's joint number 1.
Is he?
I'll see.
With 22.
22.
So, I've got one.
For the boy.
I've got one. It's an easy one.
Go on then.
Well, if Kane's got 17, Sonny was there a good 10 years.
Oh, good shout. Go on then. Do
and
that.
He's 6. Surely.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
Sonny. Lock him in.
Where is he?
He's 3rd on the list.
Wow.
With 20.
Wow. Good shout, Jay. There you go. 03717 223344. We'll finish this next.